Muito bom dia, senhoras e senhores. Estamos de volta em Star Rail e... Ai, meu pai, deixei aberta a coisa aqui, vai fazer uma luz fenomenal. Pronto. Gente, estamos de volta em Star Rail e eu vou falar pra vocês que eu abri essa live, quer dizer, no caso hoje de abrir essa live, eu liguei aqui meu computador, fiz as minhas coisas pra como? Pra jogar Fortnite, tá ligado? Queria fazer nada de Star Rail não, mas eu não me aguentei, porque essa missão pegou, tá ligado? Eu tô querendo ir atrás da missão e tal, então a gente vai ter que ir. Na verdade, antes disso, deixa eu puxar a res aqui, porque eu esqueci de fazer um negócio para mim mesmo. Agora sim. Pode vazar, res. Muito obrigado. E vamos de volta a essa missão. Cara, essa missão tá uma loucura, porque, inclusive, deixa eu ligar a luz, né? Nossa, dá pra perceber que eu me preparei zero. Meu Deus! Vamos acender a luz e diminuir um pouco o brilho. Pronto, agora estou visível. Essa missão tá uma loucura, porque é engraçado que eu sei que vai ter um grande momento nessa missão ainda. Provavelmente, tipo, o Akron vai ficar louco, ou quer dizer, o Aventurine vai ficar louco, ou a Akron vai ficar louca, mas eu não sei quando isso vai acontecer. E eu vou te falar, foi estranha essa decisão deles, porque a missão, ela ainda tá pra engatar, por enquanto ela tá muito, descobre isso, descobre aquilo, papapá. Só que o problema é que a missão na 2.0 acabou engatada já. Então, tipo, não fez muito sentido, tá ligado? Enfim, vamos lá. Nossa, tem um cara vomitando arco-íris ali. Ih, a gente tinha que falar com... Cara, não, pera aí. Deixa eu puxar isso aqui de novo. Tá estranho isso. Tá estranho isso, que essa missão tá muito... Sei lá. Eu não sei mais o que tá acontecendo. A gente veio... Tipo, parece que a gente saiu da ação, tá ligado? Vamos embora. O que vocês querem?
What do you want? We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
Ih, papo reto, né? Caraca, é real. We meet again. Como assim, mano? Vocês tomaram um pau na última vez? Que é isso? Tem nem a ver com o que tá acontecendo.
The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
Yeah, that's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably Gallagher, the one she mentioned, right? Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well.
Constructing dreams.
Gallagher.
Reflective.
Gallagher. Where could he...
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up ahead. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Hold on a minute. I think I've seen you before. The gray-haired one.
How much trouble have you stirred up exactly on Penacony?
Not possible. It was you the last time, yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that silver-haired girl. I'm not letting you get by this time. Please leave, or I'll have to get on my knees and beg you.
Huh? What kind of heinous crime have you committed now?
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation. If it wouldn't trouble you, could we see this Mr. Gallagher?
Who
Ai,
exactly
meu
is
Deus.
this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a few people mentioning this name. Even the one with the gray hair.
Como assim?
He didn't send you all here?
It was the security officer who dispatched us. That's all I can divulge.
He'll do. He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter of the family's reputation, no one's allowed through.
Mas não foi a Family que falou pra gente ir?
Please leave. There's really no need for us to make things difficult for each other, right?
We're really sorry for troubling you. Let's think of another way.
Another way. That's it! Didn't they say something about that? What was it? Clockwork? That got this guy to change his mind? Can you perform it again? That, clocky magic.
Ai, ai.
Please?
Oxi! Ok, parceiro, vamos...
Sorry, no can do. Everyone, please leave.
Pô, mas papo reto, eu não posso... ficar usando, né? O Clock me falou isso. Tipo, sair usando pra qualquer coisa.
Let me see what time it is now. Whoa, it's this time already. What? Time to clock out. And no one's gonna stop me.
What?
Ninguém entendeu nada.
This clockwork trick of yours, it's kinda dangerous.
At least he won't be getting in our way again. Let's go find that Gallagher and ask him the intricacies of the case.
I was wondering what all the commotion was.
Oh, it's you guys. Welcome.
Como assim o cara não sabia quem era Gallagher? Eu não tô entendendo.
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone, it sounds like you were expecting us.
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher,
Não.
you even know my name.
Quem não te conhece, Himiko? Vamos falar a real.
From the legendary Astral Express and honorable guest of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this lady in the Golden Hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too. I'm sorry for what happened to that kid.
Ué, como é que ele sabe? Não era pra ser um negócio...
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it, in the hopes of getting justice for her.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an unpredictable twist of fate.
Why? What's wrong with the family?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to leave a warm nest? Just idiots, little kids, and inebriated fools.
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting at something.
But you got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go elsewhere.
Even after that
Meu Deus.
this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such magnitude.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building, like a living idol. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves while also receiving sustenance in return.
An interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
The human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
Eu vou tirar um print disso aqui, maluco. Tá maluco. Já vou tacar isso na coisa, tá ligado?
The Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the fact. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately backfired and become a catalyst. As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail, they draw closer and closer to necrosis. Regardless of the perceived bliss, death looms as the inevitable conclusion. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break, and crumble.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them.
Ih, o Dani BR brotou, salve, mano. Olha eu de novo. Papo reto, não vejo você aqui há um tempo, hein? Olha aí o cara. Salve, salve.
I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you willing to share your findings with me?
Mano, papo reto, como que o Elt...
That's if I remember.
Como é que...
owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Já pegou a Acheron? Já sim, meu mano. Pô, tô pra soltar um videozinho do negócio. Tá sem tempo. Cara, entendo completamente. Não... Eu sou uma das pessoas com menos tempo do mundo na atualidade. Tô realmente só aqui, só existo nos fins de semana. Mas consegui sim. O jogo conseguiu fazer a pachorra de dar o G-Por pra gente, mas eu persisti porque eu tinha muito sobrando, né, que eu tinha guardado bastante, e veio a Acheron. Então é isso, já estamos fazendo cabeças rolarem com ela. E outra coisa, eu não sei como que o Welch
I vividly remember everything that occurred on Penacony.
Não sei por que deixaram o Welch sozinho com ela, porque como que o Welch percebeu que ela tava aí. Tipo, tem coisa rolando aí. Tem coisa rolando. Vamos lá.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's where the Dawn Factory, which processes the foundation of the dreamscape, is located.
Behind the dreamscape song and dance stand many imagination factors.
E tu, já conseguiu a Acheron, Dani?
Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in and day out in their dreams. Then they return to reality and sleep on a narrow bed in a room. A far cry from luxury. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre and motley dreamscape is the best reward. There I encountered a young woman who
Ah não, Balue 2 não.
the perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day move to the golden hour and see the magnificent garments she had woven with her own hands. For certain reasons, her wish was difficult to fulfill. But I managed to bring her a garment.
Peraí que eu me perdi. Eu me esqueci o que aconteceu. Eita. Ah, mas esse pack você consegue, mano.
Penacony's currency center.
Yes.
60 e pouco.
Like financial city, the economic heart of the dreamscape. The Pepeshi people of the Alfalfa family are there to keep it running, sending blood that is made from money everywhere on Penacony. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. The greatest wish of the local Pepeshi people is for their future generations to work in the Gilded Hour. I've never met anyone who was willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through the jungle of steel, only to deposit the alfalfa credits that they'd earned into the bank's vault. I don't know if they would open the vault's door, but before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed Pepeshi person plummet from the sky, while those around him continued on their way, unfazed.
Meu Deus. Não, acho que dá sim, mano. Demora um tempão ainda. É, não, eu também tô no hurry aqui. Tô querendo terminar isso logo. Tipo, essa missão tá boa. Tá incitando a continuar.
There's a large boat called the Eventide, anchored along the Sea of Dreams, where soft music and dancing persist endlessly every night. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long-departed lover to return, waiting for countless hours within time that stood still. In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to Penacony to pursue their dreams. Alas, her lover's consciousness was lost in the dark depths of the Sea of Dreams. Finally, she suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat with her. But she never said anything. Her eyes absent-mindedly gazing at the horizon for what seemed like forever. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
Não, a missão tá muito boa mesmo. Agora uma coisa que eu fiquei meio achei meio paia, fiquei meio é que tipo, eu não sei se eu tive essa impressão porque eu tava fazendo live, então inevitavelmente eu quero que o conteúdo seja mais assim top de linha, ou se é porque realmente era assim. Mas eu senti que a missão deu uma esfriada pra daqui a pouco subir, porque eu sei que o Aventurine ainda vai ficar muito louco, ou a Akron vai ficar muito louca, vai rolar uma batalha dos 100 aí, uma parada dessa. Só que, tipo, o problema é que a missão anterior acabou, ó, borbulhando, fervendo. E como essa, tipo, esfriou pra subir, a gente foi meio que epa, então ficou meio, tá ligado? Eu achei que ela tivesse ter continuado aqui, mas isso é bem difícil, então, tipo, a gente entende. Eu só achei meio, poxa, preferia que fosse diferente.
Luxury and consumerism, the moment of dusk. My companions have been there too.
And you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized them.
Cara, eu não faço a menor ideia do que a gente tá perguntando aqui.
Everything has a price, and everything can be bought or sold. Even dreams themselves. I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid under stipulated periods and rules, he would do the buyer's every bidding, becoming that person's very possession. That Intellitron had been auctioned off a dozen times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. But never again did anyone cast another glance at him. This time around, there were no successful bids for him. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago, nor should it be. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities, watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people, where the spirits of the rich and impoverished remain forever fixed on their own scales. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream is inevitable.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Miss Acheron, now it's my turn to share a story with you.
Quando o Welch quer contar alguma coisa, a gente sempre...
A man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with deep, unhealable pain, made a choice. He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, he created a giant, a spiritual atom. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not advance, forever lost their future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became...
Parece que ela sabe de uns babados dele.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Correto.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward, humanity will eventually seek a way to save itself. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he edged the possibilities of human nature into his heart. He was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it, only for him to fall into the sea. And after that, countless others would surpass him, soaring to even greater heights.
A fitting metaphor for Nameless's trailblazing spirit. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar yet different worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike yet don't. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, witnessing their destinies follow paths similar to mine. So I will tell you, even if not completely similar, the story you just told, it overlaps with my past. And within that abyssal dream, I ended that man's life. Alone.
Cara, sabe uma coisa louca?
I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your will.
Tipo, é engraçado que a Acheron é meio que uma inspiração, talvez até a mesma pessoa, né? Há teorias da Raiden Mei de Honkai Impact Third. Cadê? Tipo, é muito claro que ela, a Raiden Shogun do Genshin e a Acheron são muito parecidas. Só que, tipo, o Welch é de Honkai Impact Third. É por isso que eles botaram eles juntos. Agora que eu entendi, porque, tipo, o Welch vai contar uma história, a Raiden não, a Acheron vai contar uma história, e aí eles, tipo, tá ligado? Fica uma situação pro pessoal criar teoria.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what sort of power is it that has motivated your solitary journey thus far?
Inclusive, isso que eu queria falar, as pessoas vivem falando, tipo, as pessoas, no caso, dois personagens já viram falando do Path of the Hunt, que ela segue, não sei o que, mas ela não segue Path of the Hunt. Tipo, a menos que tenha quer dizer, não literalmente a classe dela no jogo, porque isso varia. Tipo, como é que é o nome dele? O Argenti segue o Path of Beauty, só que para a jogabilidade ele é Erudition. Tipo, a menos que tenham tacado o fake do milênio, ela não segue Path of the Hunt coisa nenhuma, mano. O Wild é inteligente, você devia ter descoberto isso já.
Answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic.
Cara, eu gosto tanto do Welch, mano. Que personagem bom.
Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling. All because the sun was there. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but darkness? Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
Isso aí foi Nihilary Path, hein? O Welch devia estar sabendo já. Meu Deus, de novo. Nossa, a gente tá indo e voltando, eu nem lembro mais as coisas que estão acontecendo, tá ligado? Atende logo, Black Swan. Eu até cliquei aqui pra ter certeza.
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony?
Quem é esse? É o Sam? Ah, tá.
This voice. It's not Constance. Could it be her companion?
Though I don't know exactly what you are, or what you're up to, my bullets will find you.
É o Boothil.
You best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality casket for you, imposter.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
É o Boothil, que da hora.
Did I make a mistake? Who the heck are you?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind. It's fine. I'll leave a round for you. So get that forehead clean and wait for me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. What a stroke of luck. Well, I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo keeper, go buy a bottle of his Donna's White Oak and warm it up, and I'll raise a glass to you. That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is a simple answer, sure, you best get a chair and take a seat. That woman named Acheron is an emanator who should not exist.
Opa, switching to Aventurines POV, é assim que eu gosto. Pô, agora ele vai ficar pistola com o Rachel, né?
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. What an honor.
Ele me lembra, o Aventurine me lembra alguém de Genshin.
People at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due time. But let's not forget, you won't be seeing them, because I'm the manager of this task.
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the Harmony?
Well, my conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. That they hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from from victory. Let's just wait and see.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
That's all I can say. Have you forgotten, Doctor? You betrayed me. Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony. You've achieved what you desired, haven't you?
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital support beacon in that gift money bag?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Well, maybe I am. Who knows?
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs. You'll thank me.
What's this? Medical advice?
Oxi!
You catch on pretty fast, Doctor. Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you. Wing-headed scoundrel. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway, it's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone.
Ok. Eu entendi que a gente mudou. Relaxa.
Would you be willing to support my performance? Keep the song of beauty alive in the cosmos?
Ah, todo mundo que usa beauty.
Wow, how fabulous! But why would you give such a wonderful gift to a random stranger like me?
Well, you see, I can't bear to see anyone in this sweet dream suffering from poverty.
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. If you ever get the chance, please, feel free to come by and indulge in my singing.
Sure thing. By the way, do you happen to know anything interesting about death?
Death? That's a pretty scary topic, and it doesn't really match the mood of this sweet dream.
Se pá.
Oh, you see, I'm a tabloid reporter collecting ghost stories in Penacony. As you know, the more chilling the stories, the more attention they get. Maybe you could help me out.
Well,
Bom dia, Jubitinha!
it's not about death, but there have been some rumors about a guest at the reality hotel who fell into a deep sleep and didn't wake up. It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luckily the customer eventually regained consciousness. Well, all customers are under the protection of the family after all.
Thank you. This will make for a very juicy headline. May Shibe protect us. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. But unfortunately, the customer ended up waking up in the end. I can feel something inside my head.
Cara, Aventurine, o que tá acontecendo com você? Temos aqui mais um personagem de Bitinha. Se liga no... Ah, não, esqueci que eu não posso ver ele daqui. Se liga, Aventurine. Ele tem cara de um personagem que você gostaria. Já joguei. Mas dessa vez eu não tô te zoando, relaxa. Enfim. Cara, tu acabou de pegar uma missão no meio muito engraçada. Não, se bem que você viu um pouco da de ontem. Mas... Tamo meio doido aqui.
This is some sort of prank show, right? You must have some cameras set up around here to film yourself doing good deeds, right?
No.
You youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience. But you know what? A truly great show never comes easy.
Cara.
A great show will start soon, old man. But before that, I need to ask you something. Do you know where I can find death?
Eu não esperava ter lido isso no meio do nada. Mas, tipo, o Sunday, que é um outro personagem, não sei definir ele não. Ele meio que jogou alguma coisa no Aventurine, como se fosse uma maldição, um trem desse, uma magia negra. E é por isso que a gente tá vendo esse negócio aqui em volta da gente. Aí ele tem 17 horas pra completar o serviço dele, senão, ó. Senão vai dar ruim. E aí eu acho que é isso. Eu acho que a magia, a coisa tá pegando ele.
I see. Another fearless youngster looking for death, huh? Well, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't think you're the first one who's ever thought of that idea. Death.
Esquizofrenia é foda, concordo.
Innovative. I bought it from Dr. Edward. He claimed it was some exclusive fancy schmancy stuff. Oh, what a disappointment. The effects were awful. First, some monster covered in eyes stabs you in the gut.
Push.
And then all you see are blurry glimpses of buildings and lights. The sky was spinning so fast it almost made me puke.
Is that...
Oxe, mas ele falou meio que a verdade e a mentira junto?
What else can you expect? Don't put too much stock in the Penacony movie industry. They even call this junk groundbreaking art. Can you believe it?
What a joke. Well, I'll leave you be then. I hope you have a wonderful day. A monster covered in eyes.
Exato.
That sounds like the memory zone meme. But buildings and lights... I don't think those have anything to do with death. Well, that whole bubble was probably created using rumors.
Uma coisa que eu absurdamente não entendo desse game. Eles criam... caso você não saiba, Gibin.
The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
Então, aparentemente é a esquizofrenia mesmo, então acertou, Gibin. A questão é, tem uma criatura aqui. Eu acho que eu não tenho ela salva, acho que não tem ela ainda aqui. Só que não tem. Mas tipo, que se chama Something Unto Death. Que a gente tá aqui num lugar que... Ah não, ele tá passando perfume. Que isso, paizão. Que isso, paizão. Enfim, a gente tá num lugar que é tipo um Inception, que é a origem em português. A gente dorme e vem parar aqui, que é Penacony. E aí, tipo, não existe coisa ruim nesse lugar, mas tem um monstro que simboliza a morte no sonho para as pessoas. Então, tipo, esse coisa se chama Something Unto Death. E por algum motivo, o jogo mesmo, o Star Rail, deu também o nome dele de Memory Zone, que é um outro nome das coisas aqui, de Memory Zone Meme, tipo meme. E eu não sei que eles fizeram isso, porque não dá pra levar a sério.
Sip of liquor, blissful reprieve, to drown 1,000 sorrows, let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet. Oh?
Eita.
You're giving these gems to me?
Esse cara tá meio bêbado, hein?
I expect to meet such a generous soul in this place. Or are you just pitying me? Well, it really doesn't matter. As long as I have Soul Glad, that's enough. This is just a dream after all.
Cara, ô Jubim, você... Você estando aqui me lembrou do dia que eu cortei uma certa parada que eu te falei na live.
Maybe I really should quit.
É vacilo.
Not before meeting the devil of Soulglad.
Que papinho estranho, hein, rapaziada?
Devil of Soulglad? Care to elaborate?
Yeah. It's a seahorse with a long neck. They say it loves to appear to drunk people, especially the ones who are passed out on the side of the road. How funny.
Cara, sabe uma coisa que eu pensei? Tipo, de você ser minha mod, tipo, me dar timeout, tá ligado? Eu não sei se isso funciona.
Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn it. Now I just want to dig out my brain and use it as evidence.
Nossa, o Aventurine tá passando mal, tá vindo a água pra ele.
If you ever find yourself in danger, remember that the hounds are always ready to help.
Eu também acho que não dá, mas seria muito engraçado.
You don't look good, my friend.
Não, que isso, cara, que isso, cara. Calma.
Contact the hotel and have them wake you up forcefully.
That won't be necessary. I have some business to attend to. But thank you all the same.
All right then. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to reach out to us hounds.
Well, actually, I do need a favor. As the most outstanding hound in Penacony, have you come across any stowaways recently?
Stowaways? How could there be stowaways in Penacony? We've never had anything like that before.
All right. Good luck with your work then. What was I even thinking? Family would never share intel with the IPC.
Ó, olha que timezinho. Olha que timezinho, Gibitinha. Aventurine, Gallagher, só a tropa. Tem a coisa também, a Akron, mano. Só a rapaziada. Inclusive, ele tem alguma fala? Se a gente... Caracas. Se a gente puser ele aqui... Que, tipo, esse game fez um negócio interessante. Não. Fez um negócio interessante de, tipo... Sempre que você bota um personagem que tem a ver com outro, tipo, a Payla tem a ver com... Tipo, é do mesmo mundo que o Jeopardy conhece ele.
The troops are counting on your intel, Officer Payla.
Aí, tipo, ele fala algo em relação a ela, o que é, tipo, muito legal. Mas tem uns personagens que, tipo, não falam com ninguém. Tipo, o Gallagher não fala com ninguém ainda. A Black Swan não falava com ninguém até sair a Akron. A Kafka não fala com ninguém que eu tenho, em 2 personagens só. Eu acho que o Lucha não fala com ninguém. Se passou o Welch pra fazer um rolezinho, mas, tipo, de vez em quando eu acho isso mó pai. Por exemplo, a Zilla, que é de Belobog, mas, tipo, não conhece a Payla, não fala nada. Então, tipo, tem umas situações engraçadas. Onde que eu tenho que ir agora? Não sei. Dá pra coisar aqui? Ia lá, não é que dá? Pô, vamos jogar um gacha dentro do gacha? Ah, não, ele tá vomitando. Poxa, amigo. Não vai me estar tendo como, hein? Ih, vamos falar com a Uma. E aí, Uma, como é que tá? Ih.
Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this dream. But to be honest, I've never seen anyone who gives out money to others like you.
Já conheceu o Mr. Beast?
So, are you trying to be the prince from the tale, handing out his gold leaf garment and melting his lead heart in the fire?
I'm flattered. I'm no prince, and I just thought these gems would help you speak.
Bem,
As an investigative reporter,
eu vou te contar um negócio. Eu liguei meu computer hoje para jogar Beat Night. Porém, eu olhei o... Tipo, pro Star Rail, olhei bem e falei, quer saber, vou fazer a live. Não consegui aguentar não continuar essa história, que ela tá muito boa.
But my boss shut it down.
How did your boss talk you out of it?
Well, she simply said, covering baseless urban legends like that would make us look like some third-rate tabloid.
Você riu do quê? De eu chamar a menina de uma? Inclusive, eu não sei porque o Star Rail adora botar os personagens que são, tipo, crianças como, tipo, trabalhadores expert. Ela é uma baita dona jornalista, tem um outro numa estação espacial que é... Ainda bem que não foi Fortnite. Ah, qual é, cara? Fortnite é diversão. Tem um outro na Space Station que é, tipo, pesquisador bravo. Eu tipo, meu irmão, tu nem tirou as fraldas ainda, cara. Parece até grupo de K-pop. O pessoal tira as fraldas e já começa a cantar. Aí do Mr. Beast. Entendi.
Yes, it's for you. Just take it.
Cara, por que a gente tá fazendo isso mesmo? Eu me esqueci real.
Someone is actually giving me a gift. Not for my parents, but for me. Thank you.
Quem é você, Barrel? Barrel. Nossa, não dá pra pronunciar o nome dele.
I just want to ask you something.
I knew it. What's on your mind? Are you trying to ask about my father or my mother?
Mano, quem é você, meu parça?
Neither.
Cara, eu fiz uma live muito boa de Fortnite na Twitch, tá? Você me respeite. Você me respeite.
Oh, you sound just like my father. Always warning me about danger, even in dreams.
E eu tenho a skin do Mr. Beast no Fortnite, por isso que eu lembrei de contar da live.
Can't count on him to protect me if something does go haywire. Funny, right now I'm still under his protection.
Tá, peraí, deixa eu tentar fazer um rolezito aqui.
Hey, stay positive.
Be positive.
Shine one day, right? The Devil of Soulglad, Dangers in the Dream, and Nightmare Ghosts.
Falou o nome do concorrente. É verdade! Meu Deus, vou ter que cortar. Acabou a live, acabou. Mais uma criança, gente. Ui. Ele não tá bem, não. Oxi!
Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of
Ah, não.
so enticing, my fine
Ah, não. Eu não gostei da... Eu não gosto da Sparkle. Saia daqui.
Masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
Ok, Sparkle.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
Ah, eu não chamo ele de Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
Claro que não. Ah, esse pássaro de
What
novo.
if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now
Thank
I'm
you.
completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool.
Oh, Sunday? No.
Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand.
Cara, por algum motivo,
Here you go.
eu acho
This
a...
is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke.
Oxi.
If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care too.
Eu não sei porquê, mas eu acho o design da Sparkle muito bonito. Eu não entendo nem por que eu gosto tanto dele.
Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
A gente ainda vai jogar como...
So, number 35. You're back. Like your new lucky charm?
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak, you Sigonian hound. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin in that massacre back in the day. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. From now on, you and your good luck are my assets. Are we clear? Your first task is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased 34 other slaves. Go and play a game with them. You came out alive after 2 days. It proves that you are the real deal.
You're insane.
Testing out if you're a good product.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of self-righteous brats like you. But you look good, and that's why many customers are betting their fortunes on a scrawny brat like you. So go along now, and don't let your master down.
How much did you spend?
What?
My price. How much did you pay for me?
Huh. You really want to know? Well, it was 60 tanba. No more, no less.
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba. Deal?
Are you trying to strike a bet with me? Oh, you've got some guts. Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. Don't forget your place, slave. You're not qualified to be at the table. You're just a chip, a life thrown away in someone else's hands. Either you come back with more chips for your master, or you never come back. It's all or nothing. Don't embarrass me, my lucky hound.
E aí, Jubitinha, tá entendendo alguma coisa? Tá conseguindo pegar a história aí?
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends.
Peraí, como é que é?
Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry.
Cara, eu ouvi a voz dessa moça e eu falei, é um homem. Pera, isso é uma mulher mesmo? Eu não tenho certeza. Oh, a minha reação foi muito boa, cara. Que isso?
This bar offers a wide variety
Não,
of
isso é
drinks, but we draw the line at soul glass.
Female model.
Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary? We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter. What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Ah, não, calma aí.
Oh, look! A lady has
Calma aí.
Serval.
Ai. Lady Escola Serval, por que você falou isso?
Who's Serval? Will you introduce me to her?
Nossa. Lesbian vibes, hein, galera?
She's heard us.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table. Where did you stash the ingredients?
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special drinks?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. Go around the bar and bring me any ingredients you fancy.
Oxe, você vai me pedir pra pegar os ingredientes?
Might take quite some time. So I'll prepare some customized non-alcoholic drinks for you.
Graças a Deus.
In the bar? But aren't all the ingredients right there on the counter?
Why, we're in a dream.
Eu lembrei da conversa do Cillian Murphy, hein, ô Juliana, quando essa mulher apareceu.
Comfort, hunger, confusion, or even boredom. It's all within reach, right at your fingertips.
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me my lovely lady.
Qual é, cara?
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together. A bartender needs to capture the bar's atmosphere, master technique, and spin a tale of mystery and anticipation.
Only then can a perfect drink crafted with a customer's life story be created.
In other words, what you get from your drink is down to luck, so don't overthink it. Indecisiveness has no place when it comes to enjoyment.
Eu sei, relaxa. Onde a gente tinha que ir?
Check out this bottle. The liquid inside looks beautiful. And the label reads, Dream Syrup, thick. I don't see an expiration date, but the production date is half an amber era ago.
Ih, rapaz.
Ugh, drinking this stuff can't lead to anything good. That's for sure. That's true, but this really doesn't seem fresh.
Poxa.
Syrup I've been hoarding? Don't worry, it's all just...
Caraca, a moto pegou por cima do meu abafamento de ruído, eu acho. Que credo.
Refined taste by now. Feel free to have some. It's perfect for entertaining lovely guests like you.
Then we'll keep it for now. Can this be used for mixing drinks? Oh, and there's a note underneath. Exchange with your precious things. Oh, what should we exchange for it? And who should we give our stuff to?
Eu vou lançar.
Whoa! The words on the note are changing. Happiness belongs to the noble. Does this mean we can take it? Doing good deeds does pay off. Thank you. Oh, that's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Oxi, pausou. Legal, eu gastei uma coisa pra isso. Eita.
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The Dream Jolt Hostelry only welcomes guests who want to enjoy a drink to their heart's content. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your proposal.
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience. You're destined for the Iris' stage, not for this rundown shack.
Cara, o que tá acontecendo?
Come with me. We'll become the talk of Penacony, a shining light into every corner of the dreamscape. Please, Siobhan, I really need you.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests. Don't make me repeat myself.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here and not go anywhere else. Give me a sparkling drink. Sweet. With extra ice.
Pô, extra ice é sacanagem, hein?
One moment.
What's her deal? We can't discuss the case with other people hanging around the bar.
Mas cadê o Gallagher?
Can you do that clockwork trick of yours again?
Ô, vocês estão me abusando, hein?
Time is running out. We need to hurry.
Estão abusando das minhas habilidades.
I'm counting on you.
Mas se a rima que eu pedi a gente faz, né,
One of
Gibitinha?
Siobhan's guests, right? What can I do for you? If you're here to convince me to leave, please stop it. I'll never leave until she accepts my proposal. I just don't get why she won't leave this place.
Eu posso meter um sed? Meter um sed, vai.
It's ridiculous, right? Our paths were never meant to cross, yet I'm still holding on to her. I'm too timid and shy, longing to shine but afraid of stepping into the spotlight. I need her guidance, because I'll never be able to do anything alone. You don't know Siobhan's past, and you have no clue how radiant she used to be. Even among the talented Iris family, her skill was unmatched.
Ah, você tá chorando aí? Achou que eu ia ficar de tristezinha? Bem-vindo ao clube dos hardcore. Saia daqui inexplicavelmente e mexa seu pé. Quero saber de down vibes, não. Sai.
Still not leaving.
I just don't get why.
O que eu vou fazer pra você ir embora, minha amiga? Ela tava calma antes? Vou de angry, vai.
Those darn Iris jerks! They're the ones who forced Siobhan into hiding here, running this pesky bar. It's all their dirty scheming.
Eu acho que não deu muito certo não, hein? Ah, tá sim. Ah, peraí.
I get it now. She's not leaving because she doesn't want to run into them again. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I'll go back.
Things might get out of control if she gets any angrier. I
just don't get
Eu não consigo. Jubim, cadê você pra falar que eu não consigo fazer as coisas? Não tô conseguindo fazer o puzzle. Não tô.
Siobhan's guests, right? I just don't get.
Tá, isso é o que já tava. Então vai ter que ficar rap? Gente, rap não é a coisa de tudo não, hein, rapaziada. Já aviso pra vocês, a alegria não é tudo, divertidamente já mostrou isso pra gente.
When Siobhan and I share the stage, the crowd is going wild. I've seen that scene count. Want to raise a glass, my attentive listener? Well, talking to you has got me feeling a bit down.
Você fala como se fosse hater?
My thoughts are swirling, making my mind clear.
Cara, é porque, tipo, eu queria um... Não.
Maybe
Tu é hater, sim.
I should find a place to reflect on what Siobhan truly means to me.
Você é uma
Here's the
semi-hater.
payment for the drinks. Please, pass it on to her.
Cara, é que esqueci o nome. A linha entre ser hater e ser o maior fã do mundo é muito tênue.
Radiant dreams may be enticing, but they're nothing more than...
Brincadeira de bichinho, você é minha maior fã.
Her drink is on the house. Please keep the money. When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he's itching to show off his skills.
Não. Ah, mano, por que eles dão esse nome pra parada, velho? Eu tinha esquecido até que isso acontecia. Pô, galera, é sério?
That being said, mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just pick your favorite ingredients, toss them in a glass, mix it up, and it's done.
Claro.
So, go ahead. Explore the bar and bring me any ingredients you prefer.
Não, peraí, como é que é? Ah tá, eu achei que...
Nice work. Let me take a look. You found some interesting ingredients there. Now, take your pick. Each drink has its own unique flavor, and the base ingredient sets the tone for the initial taste and the lingering aftertaste.
Inclusive, eu tenho que te falar um negócio, eu só me comparei ao Gallagher porque ele é o único personagem que tem, tipo, uma barbinha, então é meio assim. Sou eu, tá ligado? Quero você.
You won't find a sweeter drink anywhere in Penacony. And that's what today's dream seekers crave. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct. The ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction with the base. It should give an unforgettable taste without overpowering the main tone.
Cara, que... Eu não achei o high stakes.
Bright future. A taste that's been a long time coming. I'll never forget the flavor that danced on my tongue as Mikhail whisked me through the dreamscape wilderness. Those were haunting times. Too beautiful to be real.
Que isso? Como é que é?
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you prefer? Anything you need, I've got it. A symbol of bravery and dauntlessness. May you break free from your shackles just like he did. Well, it's done.
Ih, recebi um e-mail, peraí.
Here's to you, Dream Seeker, with this glass of El Dorado. To golden dreams.
Well done, Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
Cara, quem que era? Ih, rapaz.
Oh, the flavors. They're way more sophisticated than Soulglad.
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste the spicy and sour notes with a hint of sweetness. I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a... The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
Does this true taste have anything to do with that, Mikhail?
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
Como assim? Você tava junto comigo?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit. And now there's
A Marty não tava junto comigo.
From you anymore. Let's dig deeper into the case, and of course, I'll tell you a story about Mikhail. All right, let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she's a stowaway. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me.
I know.
But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run into one sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality. But here's the thing. We only received bad news, and the trickiest kind at that. She simply vanished.
leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality, as if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Huh? Does that mean...
Cara, já que a Firefly desapareceu...
Metaphor. You were making a metaphor, right? Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the Bloodhound family has dealt with before.
Dealt with before? So, death does happen in Penacony, if I understand correctly.
Ó, vou falar pra você. Tô jogando aqui, tô prestando atenção, mas o meu fone está tocando K-pop. Brincadeira, eu pausei agora pra prestar atenção na história, mas até agora tava.
Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people. If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true problem with the family.
Cara, não tô entendendo o negócio. As pessoas gostam. As pessoas gostam do Family, mas não gostam também, porque o Gallagher tá jogando eles pro fogo.
The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know the secrets it holds?
No.
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer to the question, why does life slumber?
That's the exact wording.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did you write it? It's quite poetic.
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case, so how could I not know? I'm sure you must have noticed that this message didn't come from the family. You might have even guessed that the relationship between the family and the Watchmaker isn't as close as it seems.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds.
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time, but the Hounds haven't been able to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the characters and stories he created. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watchmaker to send out such a ridiculous message to the outside world, inviting you here and causing chaos?
So, you want to seize this opportunity to expose the Watchmaker?
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark, right? Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the Land of the Dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony, and he's the root cause of all the anomalies in the dreamscape. You don't get it? Well, I mean, Mikhail, the betrayer of the family, he's the Watchmaker.
Olha. Cutscene, cutscene. Ai, deu câimbra na minha perna. Ai, tá queimando. Muito ácido lático, gente. Meu Deus do céu. Essa missão vai e volta, troca de POV e volta e... Ah!
Here we are. Clock Studios theme park. The most popular entertainment center in Penacony.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the Watchmaker? I would have expected you to take us to, maybe, a library, or an archive room of sorts. But an amusement park?
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. To you, it's a fun place. But to me, it's a prison for the planet's past. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here, helping the Garden of Recollection salvage the leaking memoria from the macro void. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless prisoners intersected and overlapped, and people started meeting each other in their dreams. living lives that were almost identical to reality. But everything has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners in reality. One of the prisoners broke free from the IPC shackles and fought for freedom. He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peacemaker, and the faithful companion of the underdogs. History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from Penacony's actual history. These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past. Once you realize this, you'll understand why we're here.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
Oh, eu não confio na gente receber alguma coisa do Sunday não, hein? Eu vou avisando vocês. Não gosto dessa ideia. O Sunday é, tipo, eu gosto dele, mas na história ele é um desgraçado. É tipo o Tartaglia. Cara, eu tenho a impressão de que você ia odiar isso daqui, Jubin. Porque isso aqui é pura lógica de lógica. Olha que coisa bizarra. Ai, meu pai, fiquei preso. Desgraçar! Olha isso. Ai, meu Deus, pura lógica. Eu amo puzzles, cara. Não sei como você odeia. Eu não sei como. Pô, vou te falar, papo reto. O próximo jogo bom que a Royalverse lançar, eu e você temos que fazer a mesma conta. Porque eu vou fazer todos os puzzles e você vai, tá ligado? Fazer o resto.
So many of them. I've never seen anything like this, even when they're tracking down suspects. We don't need to go in. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention inside. We can just talk here. Let's find a quiet spot and continue our conversation. View here is great, right? We can see everything from here, including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on characters in reality, then Clocky's counterpart is definitely the Watchmaker. In the animation, he's Hanu's partner and one of the founders of Dreamville. Does that mean the Watchmaker was personally involved in that war and sided with Asdana?
It was a monumental war for freedom. Hanunu fought alongside a motley
Vamos fazer isso, cara.
Fools, nameless,
Isso é uma ótima ideia.
fictionologists, mourning actors, omen vanguards, even visitors from beyond the sky. In the end, they emerged victorious. Among them was the person who would eventually be known as the Watchmaker.
But if you do the math, doesn't that mean the Watchmaker was around for several centuries?
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already the Watchmaker when I met him, so maybe he inherited the title.
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
Essa é a pergunta pra se fazer, hein, Mort 7th.
I'm 13.
Pera, como é que é?
No way. Not even close.
Hanunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him. With limited resources, threats from the outside world, and internal conflicts between major prison districts, the future of Asdana was uncertain.
Esse jogo não dá não, hein. Esse jogo não dá não. Esse jogo aí realmente aí não dá.
that Penacony
Aí
finally
não tem condição, não.
gained fame and glory.
Perdi até tudo que eles falaram.
Known as the father of Penacony.
Aí, não. Eu não aguento. Ai, mano, como eu odeio asiático, velho.
And you said you were his companion, so that means you...
No, I'm not his companion, but rather one of his many children. But I am indeed a traitor. Not to the family, but to Mikhail.
What did you do?
I did nothing. And that's the worst betrayal of all.
Ai, meu Deus do céu.
Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to Penacony, but the Oak family set us up. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore, so we left the family to find our own path. We were branded traitors of the Harmony, even though the true traitors were someone else. While they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world, behind closed doors, they condemn him on a pillar of shame.
Lembra aquela história de que eu era o Gallagher? Esquece, eu vou ficar com o El Chiang mesmo. Ah, cara. Não acredito nisso, mano. Por que esse jogo é assim, cara?
The one responsible for all this, and restore harmony to Penacony. But we failed. Too much time had passed, and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, I gave up. Like a lost dog. The family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness. But it was actually a punishment. Since then, I've been completely cut off from my partners and my past. As for Mikhail, I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him. That's when I realized that the Penacony I once knew would never return.
We're truly sorry for what happened. But this is not the end of the story, right?
Apparently, someone has inherited the title of the Watchmaker and has been secretly working against the family all this time. Well, that's one way to look at it. However, only one member has truly inherited the Watchmaker's title. Unfortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is, or if they're even real. Or just Mikhail's lost soul haunting the dreams. So, do you understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death must be connected to the Watchmaker's legacy. And at the end of all these mysteries, we will find the answers we are seeking. If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who despise me could form a line from here all the way to the entrance of the hotel. But those willing to look me in the eye and hear me out? Let's just say, there won't be many. I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Thank you for listening to this old dog. Bark and all. Something just happened at the theme park. Now if you'll excuse me, good luck to all of you. How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways rejected by Penacony today and the dream seekers once hailed as pioneers several amber eras ago?
Gallagher does have a troubled past, it seems.
While Firefly's whereabouts remain a mystery, his stories shed light on our suspicions about the true identity of the Watchmaker, his connection to the family, and the power struggles hidden behind sweet dreams and death.
Cara, mandaram uma carinha no chat, oxe. Salve, salve, bem-vindo à live. Eu peguei sua mania de falar oxe mesmo, Jubitinho, eu reparei isso hoje.
Exactly. Gallagher suggests that the real traitor is someone else. Probably within the Oak family. That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got involved in this mess because of the legacy. And now we're sure that Aventurine's accusations against Acheron are baseless.
Yes! Limpamos o nome da Acheron, graças a Deus.
You're really into Clocky, huh? He's just a fictional character, not a real person.
Speaking of which,
A história tá mais papo cabeça aqui. Que eu tô gostando, honestamente. Não tô achando de todo um ruim, não. Cara, o Cavalo não te mandou não era um reel, um post no Instagram com sobre essa carinha de bitinha? Quero saber. Eu sei que rolou um negócio desse, hein?
Send a message to Welt and see how things are going on his end.
Ah, graças a Deus, vamos falar com o homem, Welt Yang. Mandou. Então você já sabe o que isso significa. Sabe qual é o melhor? Isso foi no mesmo dia. Isso foi no mesmo dia que ele mandou o negócio da Hello Kitty pra você. Aí ele me mostrou aquele outro e falou: vou te mandar pra tu mandar pra Jubitinha. Eu falei: não vou mandar ele. Não, vou te mandar e você vai mandar pra Jubitinha. Eu falei: eu não vou mandar. Aí ele falou: tá, então eu vou mandar. Switching to Records POV. Let's go! Até vou parar a música aqui.
Let's get in and get out. Seems they've made some progress. Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
Ô louco, a gente vai mandar a braba agora.
Almost too smooth for a heavily guarded mansion.
Let's see if there's anyone waiting.
Eu sei das coisas de Vitinho, eu já sei o significado do 2.3. Ai, graças a... o pior é que agora, tipo... Eu já tinha Acheron, tá ligado? Troca, por favor. Oxi! Agora fica meio que 2 aqui. Ok, minha Acheron tá bem buildada, eu acho que eu posso usar na moral. Caraca, mas Acheron e Mr. Yang. Esse é o meu time, hein?
Could it be due to the disruption caused by the emergency? Well, this door is open. Looks like we'll have to investigate ourselves. Let's proceed with caution.
Just one moment. Light. I've made myself less noticeable. The crew can explain their presence as authorized by the family, but I can't come up with any excuses for being here.
I see. What an interesting technique.
Sim! Minha felicidade de ter conseguido a grandíssima Acheron. Eu vou até botar o Welt aqui, já que queremos lançar, tá ligado? Ah, mas vocês já sabem o que eu vou fazer, né? Morram. Morram todos. E eu vou te falar que ainda deu tempo de eu perder ela pro... Vamos todos, então. Nossa, mas eu vou falar que fizeram muito bem esse personagem, viu? Isso aqui. A mina nem upei. Não, mano, mas eu vou te falar, ó, tivemos 2 banners antes da Acheron, que foram, respectivamente, a Black Swan e a Sparkle. Eu acho que eu peguei a Black Swan no segundo dia dela. E tava garantido já. Eu peguei, tipo, no segundo dia, ficou sobrando umas 3k, alguma coisa por aí. E, tá ligado? Depois disso, eu juntei dinheiro minha vida inteira pela Acheron. Deu pra perder ela pro J-Power e ganhar. Eu peguei todos os antigos. Pois é, era uma boa ideia pegar a Sparkle. Mas eu não pude usar minhas paradas nela. Eita. Vou te falar. Talvez eu tenha que usar ele aqui mesmo. Pera aí. Tá, o Dan Hang. Eu tava pensando de que antigos você tava falando agora. Eu tava tipo... Cara, eu vou falar que dos últimos personagens que saíram, eu consegui... De todos os personagens que já saíram, eu só não tenho o Blade, o Jin Yuan, a Jin Liu, Dang Hang é muito bom. Ai! Cara, a Black Swan faz isso também, por isso que eu tô usando ela. Eu vou matar você, meu parceiro. Ai. O Welt também é outro que é muito forte, né? Essa eu não sabia. Não, eu tava fazendo meio que as... Que isso, vai mostrar lá.
Seems like the mansion's entire workforce were assigned other tasks before Robin's death. It must have been a big project to require that much manpower. The Charmony Festival, perhaps.
But no matter what their main priorities are,
agora eu vou te falar.
Always be someone left at the mansion, right?
Vou falar pra vocês que o...
You're saying someone deliberately cleared the place out?
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Eles botaram meus dois personagens preferidos aqui. O Welt e a Ekron. Então se alguma coisa der ruim, vocês vão ter que ligar pra ambulância daí do outro lado de vocês. O Bitinha sabe meu endereço. Vocês vão ter que... Esse é só um dos difíceis, você ainda não viu nada. Calma. Ó, tipo, do time que eu resolvi criar com a Ekron, a Black Swan é que nem o Sample, ela, tipo, joga diretão. Eu botei o Gallagher, porque, tipo, a minha coisa seria a Rua. Só que ela só bota DLT no... Se ela quebrar a weakness de alguém. O Gallagher fica nessa, tipo, ele consegue fazer isso com a ult. A Kafka seria uma boa, mas a Kafka não é boa em botar o status. Ela só, tipo, usa status. O Jupiter seria bom, mas como eu tô usando dois healer, ou é ele ou não tem healer. Aí, tipo, eu geralmente uso a Payla, de vez em quando a Trailblazer, se eu tiver com uma vontadezinha, e a Gwynaifen. De resto, de resto, assim, eu usaria a Asta, mas ela não é... Eu devia ter tentado pegar a C2 da Ekron, mas... é tanto trabalho que realmente não vamos estar tendo muito como. Pô, dá pra me healar aqui, não, tropa. Já vou puxar o Gallagher aqui pra ver se eu consigo healar legal. Que... Quem que está na nossa espera? É o Sunday?
No one here either.
Eita.
Since no one's around to entertain us, let's make ourselves at home. Stay close to me so that my white can cover you too.
Junta pra Robin. Cara, eu tô na dúvida se eu pego o Aventurine. Eu gostei dele no teste daqui. Fala tu, o que você acha de... O que você acha dos próximos que estão por vir? Porque a chance de eu pegar o Aventurine agora é baixa. Aí eu tô meio que... Será que eu pego a Robin ou o Boothhill, que tá pra vir também? Pelo amor de Deus. Aí, galera, depois vocês leiam isso aqui que vocês quiserem, deem um pause aí.
The information about Robin, Firefly, and the other victims. I don't see any commonalities among them.
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to be targeting random victims. And based on Sunday's notes, he's no stranger.
A Robin tá boa?
He's just surprised that it has
Vamos
resurfaced.
ter que dar wish.
This light cone is securely guarded. It must hold some important memories.
According to
Ela é o
Robin's
Sunday e a Robin.
despite having performed on so many grand stages, her favorite performance was a pretend show she put on with her brother when they were just kids.
I wonder how their relationship is now.
Meu Deus.
Growing up brings gains, but also losses.
Yeah, time has a way of smoothing things out. The beautiful dreams of youth will eventually fade away.
Caraca. Ah, putz, parada da Robin aí é sacanagem. Opa.
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived in Penacony, Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us. I remember hearing something unusual in her voice, and now it seems I was right.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered with somehow. But as far as I know,
Parece que a porta tá abrindo nesse
entities capable of interfering
nesse
with the
headphone.
power of paths.
Meaning?
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must hold a high position or possess unimaginable strength.
That would explain why Mr. Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching the traitor.
Neymão existe. E eu ouvi esse nome. Não lembro de quem é. Pera aí, agora tá mó silêncio. Eu vou dar play na música de novo. E de ferro não.
It seems neither the Dream Master of Penacony nor this old Odie is happy with Sunday's recent performance.
They don't seem to care much about death. Instead, they're more concerned about the Charmony Festival and the Watchmaker.
Maybe the other family heads don't think death is a big deal. One thing's for sure. There's a lot of internal conflict within the family, and everybody has their own agenda.
Cara, e agora? Tipo, a gente tá invadindo o lugar aqui. Wolsey. Acho que eu já vi esse nome. Wolsey. Tá. Não vai. Ah, eu achei que ia ter alguém que eu.
Mr. Sunday has done some serious research on his suspects. This traitor must have been causing trouble for the family for a long time.
Eu vou ter uma surpresa. Já prepara o clipe então, hein, rapaziada, porque.
Wait, these characteristics.
What is it?
No, nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
Pô, como assim nothing, cara?
This traitor really exists. Could they be responsible for Firefly and Robin's deaths?
Perhaps that's why Sunday is taking this matter so seriously.
That's all for now. Nothing more noteworthy.
Before coming here, I had all sorts of scenarios in my head about dealing with the family. I did not expect an empty mansion.
Watch out. Someone's approaching.
Você acabou de zoar, gente.
I don't think trespassing on forbidden
Que
areas is
isso?
the way to be a guest, Mr. Yang.
Sunday.
Acheron? The Galaxy Ranger?
Bom dia, Sunday.
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without permission. I hope you can forgive us.
Lembra que eu falei pra vocês? Eu já tô tenso. Que alguma coisa vai acontecer aqui. É
But even
preocupante.
if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host. Don't you agree? Even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew has officially accepted the family's commission, so coming here will be unnecessary for you.
On the contrary, that's exactly why we're here, to ask you about the case and gather more information. We don't want any loose ends.
Well, since you've come with goodwill, I have no reason to show you the door.
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through those documents.
While the truth remains a mystery,
Peraí.
I'm getting close to it. I assure you that the traitor will soon pay the price.
Tipo, eu achei engraçado que... Como que ela conseguiu sussurrar isso? Eu também acho. Ele tá muito assim, se mostrando.
Let's hope justice will prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family come to the conclusion that the murderer was within the family? With all due respect, it's in the IPC's interest to wreak havoc before the Charmony Festival, and the family has every reason to suspect the IPC's involvement.
Well, other family heads share the same suspicions as you, but in my opinion, the true murderer would never have drawn as much attention as that ambassador did. Not to mention, I personally shackled him a while ago. However, I'll give you a suggestion regarding your suspicions, Mr. Yang. You should be more cautious of aventurine. While the wicked can't break through high walls, they can plunge their evil dagger into the heart of the righteous. He's a businessman, not some philanthropist. But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the Clock Studios theme park all by himself. Who knows what kind of scheme he's cooking up?
Ué, mas era pra você saber, amigo. Ah, ela consegue falar na mente das pessoas, isso faz sentido.
Wise for you to stay alert. You never know what unexpected troubles could arise.
Preocupante. Pô, a gente foi pro Aventuring POV, meu Deus.
According to a Pierpoint hotline tip, there was a major breakthrough in the shocking Ejhazio Aventurine case. The suspect has been arrested.
Uma pergunta. Mano, quer dizer, duas perguntas. A primeira é, como eu chamo você? Eu não entendi o rolê desse nome. Tipo, posso chamar você de algum jeito específico? Porque... não sei. E a segunda coisa é que eu preciso sair pra almoçar. E depois eu vou precisar sair legítimo. Então, tipo, falta muito tempo aí pra ver aquela parte que você falou. Se te faltar pouquinho, eu continuo. Senão eu vou ter que dar aquele pause aqui pra gente voltar. Então, tipo, vou terminar esse diálogo aqui de qualquer jeito. E aí, tipo, tu me avisa.
Departments within the Interastral Peace Corporation and the Intelligentsia Guild, causing a large drain in manpower and resources, resulting in the IPC taking a massive loss.
The case's main suspect originates from Sigonia 4 and is one of the survivors of the second Kataka Abjin extinction event, who does not carry an interstellar refugee travel permit. As per Strategic Investment Department Head Diamond's sentiments, the IPC has appropriately relocated the suspect in the spirit of the Charter and will continue to conduct further investigations as to the motive of the suspect.
Ah, tá bem longe, pai. Oxi.
Eyes. Tell me, do they shine in the dark?
Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a heartbeat.
You don't
Ah,
know
tá
how
longe,
many
entendi.
people long for your eyes to be closed forever. As a servant, you should not resist your master. Yet, you went and killed that man anyway. No lawyer has the audacity to defend you. Perhaps you ought to represent yourself.
Not difficult, but definitely pointless.
You're pretty confident on your eloquence. Did you also think that when you lied to the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ask and you shall receive. You wanted the perfect construction material. All I did was offer a possibility. It was just a small wager. If your luck holds out, the IPC will dig something up from the golden sands of Ejihazo. Maybe even the Sand King's remains. Pity your luck has run out.
I'll admit that. What I'm more curious about, though, is why such a grand scheme failed to benefit anyone in the end, including the perpetrator himself.
Madam, I already have what I want. To be brought before you for the next high-stakes gamble.
Eu não consigo não gostar da personalidade do Aventurine. Ele é um desgraçado, mas eu acho legal.
What are you prepared to wager this time?
My life. I bet you won't send me to the gallows.
What do you want, then?
I want your Lenore to meet with me. I have something to say.
And then what?
I want cash.
It can't be that simple, can it?
It is that simple. 30 tanbas. The remainder of my market value. 30 tanbas. No more, no less. With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more riches than you. I wager you won't give me this chance. Which is why you should call him here.
Mas eu vou ter duas surpresas, a feliz e a triste. Eita.
The Pink
Eita.
Diamond won't see you. No one gets to see him. From here on out, I am Diamond's representative, and I will decide on his behalf. You're wrong. 30 tanbas. He'll give you that. And much more than that. Wealth, status, power. The IPC will give you whatever you want, even what you don't want. Kakavasha. A good name, but unfortunately destined to be buried in the dirt. You, though, you deserve to live, to create even more wealth for us. Go, pick the clothes you like, then choose your desired identity. And then, use them well, child. May your plans never suffer failure.
Eita.
Life is like a long-term investment. Those who choose correctly, do the correct things, reach the correct outcomes, and show the world their value. People can't always make the right choices in their lives. But luck has always been on my side. I've never lost. Is it because Gayatri blesses me? Well, if that's the case, she must also be looking upon me right now. My success is inevitable. But what then? Even if I overcome this difficult trial, what would come next? What awaits me after this glorious gamble? An even more glorious one? Will I return triumphant with unending riches after countless successes, or will I encounter failure, never to return?
Diálogo tá longo. Meu Deus, não acabou. Oxi, o cara é esquizofrênico mesmo? Era a voz dele. É a voz dele. Aí, Jubitinho, o cara é esquizofrênico mesmo.
What?
Oh! Que isso?
Am I dreaming, or have I gone completely insane?
Beleza, mano, tamo junto. Mas, tipo, se acabar esse diálogo aqui, eu já vou fechar mesmo.
When you were strapped to that electric chair by a mannequin warlords, who was it that gave you the idea?
Você estava corretíssima, Jubitinha, realmente.
Fine. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Get out of my head, newborn of the Harmony. The Harmony? Oh, don't play the fool. It's not the first time we've met. No need to be so polite. I'm you, and perhaps even more aware of yourself than you. Of what exactly you want. You're dying. And you still want to drag a bunch of
Cara, esse pack só amanhã, mano. Provavelmente eu vou fechar essa com 2 horinhas e continuar amanhã. Se der, que amanhã é a Páscoa.
You really think you can pull it off? Why not? Well, you may have fooled everyone, but you can't fool yourself. I can show you. Before you're entirely gone, I'll be with you for the last stretch of your road. Let's have a heart-to-heart while we walk.
Mano.
What exactly are you?
Eu tô muito confuso. Exato. Eu sou o Aventurine agora.
Spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I am that outcome. Kakavasha, I am your future. First, I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing them. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the Harmony's Emanator next?
Ah, mano, tu vai conseguir, cara. Outra pessoa já brotou e falou que não conseguiu, mas vai conseguir também. Vai mesmo. Gente, então, portanto, eu vou fechar essa live por aqui. Deixa eu passar o Aventurine pra cá. E... cara, muito divertido. Gostei da live. E... tipo, é o que vocês falaram. A história... Não!
Just a Pepeshi? No. A child.
Ok. A gente... tipo, tá aqui no meio do rolezão. E eu gostei da história. Ela tá um pouquinho mais, tipo... mensagem não. Diálogo do que... soco, bate. Mas eu tô gostando. Tá legal, tá muito divertida. E eu acho, eu falei no começo da live que ela não tinha engatado muito bem essa missão ainda, mas eu acho que agora engatou. E estou feliz porque tamo bem. Então, gente, vou fechar essa live por aqui. Eu espero que vocês tenham curtido. Hora dos salves, que sempre tem. Hora dos salves. Um grande salve pro Dani BR, que foi o primeiro que apareceu. Eu tava há muito tempo sem aparecer aqui. Veio aqui, bateu um papo com a caramba. Teve que vazar. Se você estiver assistindo no VOD, tamo junto, mano. Você é demais. Um grande salve pra Jubitinha, a melhor mod da minha conta. Eu não sei se tem mais de um mod. Se tiver mais de um, você vai pegar mal. Mas a melhor mod da minha conta, Jubitinha, salve pra você, muito obrigado por ter aparecido aqui. E pro Marcos, que apareceu depois, já falou pra caramba, deu informação da Robin, deu informação de tudo. O cara é brabo, então muito obrigado por ter passado aqui. E eu devo continuar essa história no futuro. Então, gente, um salve pra galera do VOD, todo mundo que tá assistindo tipo, depois. Espero que vocês tenham curtido essa live. Eu curti da história. E, gente, agora eu vou almoçar, que hoje eu ainda vou assistir Godzilla vs Kong, hein? Hoje tem coisa. Então é isso, gente. Muito obrigado e até a próxima. Paca. Vamos sair com a Aventurinha passando perfume.